So, Steve, first question, which is a quite regular and obvious question. How do you feel being in Italy?
Oh, I always loved being in Italy. I came here for the first time in 1982, and my heritage is Italian. My grandparents are from Italy, from Milan and Parma, you know. So I was always and I grew up very kind of traditional Italian family, you know. So I was always very excited to come to Italy, and the first time I came, there's like a feeling you get when you visit the heritage of your parents. But one thing I noticed is that I'm American, you know.
How can you say that? I mean, what is the difference between being American and Italian?
Oh, there's so much. You know, in Europe, in general, culture is so different. You know, it's rich. I mean, you just go, just in the architecture, you know, the age of things, you know, the food, the politics, the way they speak. You know, if you're in Italy and you're in Rome, you go to you can walk around one corner and see something that's many hundreds of years old that people died building, you know, for the love of God or for, you know, and people are very animated in Italy, you know, they're very loving people, you know, they speak with their hands and they eat good food, but when you're born in a different country and the culture is just completely different, when you think that you're Italian, you know, but you're growing up in America, and America's very new. You know, there's no, you know, the culture is very new, especially Los Angeles, New York, you know.
Let's talk just a little bit about your music, because I have many questions for you, but I would like you to tell me something about your music, because I've read that you started very young playing guitar, and now you are at the top. And how do you feel about that? I mean, it's a long and it's a long career and lucky career, but I guess that you worked a lot to achieve this that you have now.
Well, I didn't work to achieve it. I worked because I love the instrument. You know, when you're absorbed in something, you don't miss anything else. The reason why I played so much is because I was kind of miserable if I wasn't playing. You know, whenever I wasn't doing music, I didn't feel comfortable. So people say, oh, you had so much discipline. There's no discipline. The discipline was to not do it. People say, you know, you work so hard. Everything outside of the music is work, you know. So usually if somebody is very dedicated like that, and they're doing something that they really love, that, you know, there's no struggle. It's no struggle at all. And that's, musically, my life has been no struggle. No struggle at all.
What about the difference or the mixture between classical music and rock, or hard rock music?
Well, I mean, they're totally different, and you can't mix them, because one is one and one is another. Sure, you can add aggression, and you can put big drums, but really, classical music is identified as classical because of what it is. And rock music is identified as rock music as what it is. You know, you can mix elements of the two, but if you're referring to my new record, which is Sound Theories, I don't mix classical and rock. You know, I mean, I'm a rock musician. I understand rock music. I have for many years, but I'm not just a sort of like conventional rock music. I'm very interested in more compositional things. I like dense sometimes, you know, and I like challenging stuff, you know, and I like simple stuff too. When I was a kid, I learned how to read and write music before I knew how to play the guitar. But I never liked classical music. I know I listened to Mozart, Bach, and Beethoven, and I just, what is this? You know, I don't like it at all. You know, it just sounds like scales going up and down, you know. Obviously, later on, when I was, you know, older, I mean, you know, even a teenager, then I started to understand, you know. But still, that classical style music, Baroque, you know, Renaissance, all that stuff, it just didn't interest me at all. It wasn't until I heard, you know, people like Stravinsky and Webern and Elliott Carter and Luciano Berio and Giorgi Ligeti that I really started to feel stimulation from orchestra music. And then there was Ravel and Mahler, you know, for the more conventional type of stuff. Just very, very powerful people, passionate, powerful people that knew how to use the tools of composition to create powerful statements. So, because I'm a rock musician and I grew up listening to Led Zeppelin and Queen and, you know, but because I also was always fond of writing music, I try to, you know, I use on this new record the orchestra as a tool to express musical ideas. I don't see it as classical music at all.